In the future, it will be known that gender and gender expression are fluid. It will be widely understood, at last, that gender is a social construct that only puts people in rigid boxes that don't represent the complexity of our human bodies and behaviors. Thus, there will be a new standard of genderlessness or gender fluidity where everybody can choose to express, behave, dress, and be however they feel like each day. On top of this freedom of self-expression, presidents of nations, CEOs, and people in positions of power all over will mostly be females who embody this new movement of gender liberation. Tattoos, big, colored hair, funky attires will be an everyday occurrence for everyone. Relationships of all kinds will be allowed and embraced socially. Homosexual or heterosexual, open, polyamorous, non-exclusive, will be among the common ways of entering and being in a romantic, intimate relationship. Monogamous relationships will still be valid for those who want them. All this means that adultery will no longer be a crime anywhere. Relationships will be agreements between two or more consenting adults who come together with their own guidelines and rules for their relationships. They are free to choose to be, live, and build a life with someone if desired. It is understood that being in a relationship has nothing to do with ownership. Thus, the law and the government will no longer be part of the equation in relationships. Marriage as a legal institution will die as a consequence. However, people who want to celebrate their commitment to their relationships and unions will still carry out rituals, but those in no way will affect any of their legal status. There will be a rise of earth-based religions and spiritualities. Organized monotheistic religions will be in decline, near to extinction. The Catholic Church will be nearly dead, though there will be a few believers working hard to keep it alive by means of modernizing it, doing things like allowing priests to marry and nuns to hold positions of power. The ideal of the nuclear family will disintegrate as it will be widely understood that humans need more than just two main caregivers to grow up and become secure, healthy, and balanced persons. Communal living will be normal. In it, all individuals will have a solid support system composed of tens of people to rely upon. Big houses, sometimes entire buildings, will become a one-unit home for tens of people. Walls will be torn down in favor of big communal areas. Resources and responsibilities will be shared between all members. Children will grow up surrounded by a community of caregivers, not only their parents. Once every month there will be a silent day to encourage introspection. In those days, the work hours will be shortened to give people the time and space to check in with themselves and have time for personal reflection. Nursing homes, child care programs, and pre-K won't exist. Children will spend time with and be taught by the retirees, elders, and a few others in their community. Kids will go with these adults in field trips, exploring and experiencing the world outdoors, and through all their senses the elders will teach the children practices to ground themselves, to embody their experience to the fullest, to allow themselves to feel their emotions, name what they experience, and ask for what they need. By age 6, children will attend a more formal way of schooling, but different from what we know nowadays. It will be an education that emphasizes collaboration over competition, long-term well-being over immediate satisfaction, common good over individual benefit. Among other things, the kids will be taught meditation practices, nonviolent communication, and will be encouraged to question everything and to think critically. Robots and AI and machine learning will take many of the jobs in engineering, business, finance, accounting, and the like. Any discipline that is by nature based on linear logic and in solving complicated problems will be treated with respect, but not with as much admiration as those disciplines that study complex, nonlinear, and human topics. Hence, professional paths in humanities, especially arts, philosophy, anthropology, and sociology, will be the most valued.